ready?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. I want to open this city council meeting Tuesday, October the 3rd, 2023. Just stand with me so the mayor can lead us in invocation and pledge.
Please bow with me. Lord, thank you once again for the city that we live in. We appreciate our citizens and the staff that keeps the city going. We ask that you watch over everyone and have them be safe. We're moving into a new season, the fall season, where we honor your birth and your resurrection. And we ask that you guide this council to be true and right to all and fair to all. We ask that we do all in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Kathy, will you call the roll, please?
Mayor Shute.
Here.
Bishop.
Here.
Avery.
Here.
Mendel.
Here.
Stewart.
Here.
Carlisle.
Here. Okay, if anyone here that's not on the agenda and would like to speak to us, there's forms up here to fill out, and we'll call you up when it's that time. Mayor?
Just a couple things. Was able this week to go to the VA clinic groundbreaking. So we're going to get a new VA clinic, about a 17,000 square foot clinic right behind Aldi's. The Home Depot section's there. It's going to be very nice. It's they got a lot of veterans here in Highlands County, and they're looking at expanding the services. So it's going to be a neat project, and they cleared the ground so far and moving ahead. But other than that, tomorrow Scott and I, and hopefully Jared will show up too, and Civil Serve are going to go to the legislative delegation at the County Commission building. We're going to propose asking for some appropriations, which we haven't, I don't know the last time we did that, Scott, but probably never. So we've talked to Senator Grahl and Congresswoman Tuck and have put together a package that hopefully will get some funding for our Lakeview Drive project. We'll be able to do this on an annual basis with them, so we'll attend that, and it'll be it's a big step for the city. We haven't done that, and it could be good dollars too. If we may not get it this year, but we're just kind of feeling our way through the process. But it's good. And also October is Cancer Awareness Month, and if you'll see on the circle when you drive by at night, it's all lit up. All the light bulbs are pink this month. So pretty cool event. Thanks to Diane Albritton and the Naughty Girl for proposing that several years ago, and I think she even bought the lights at that time, the first set around. So, but that's all I got. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Council?
Good evening. I was privileged recently to go to the Heartland Regional Transportation Planning Organization meeting. It's kind of a mouthful. But it was just very, very interesting. It was all about roads and different things that we have going on in the county, and it was just very interesting. And those folks do a good job of trying to plan out. They're working on 70 now, and it was really good to be kind of brought up to speed with some of the projects we have here. And then also I went to the Avon Park Bombing Range. They had a conference program and a tour of the bombing range, and that was just really amazing. And we're so blessed to have men and women in the services that are trained and ready to defend our country, and they do a lot of that training out at the bombing range, so that was very wonderful. And then I've had some phone calls about something that was going on in our community concerning the event that Dan Andrews puts on. I had several phone calls about it, and then I got a letter from Lawrence Lepshin talking about it and asking me to speak about this. He said that the 2023 Heartland Triathlon was canceled in May of this year, about a month before it was supposed to happen. At least 137 people registered and paid, and in his calculations means between $13,000 to $20,000 in entry fees. And he had a question about whether City Council had put any money into this event, and I found out from Scott yesterday, no, even though the city has partnered with Dan Andrews in the past with waiving fees. Nothing was done. No city money went into that. Lawrence, Mr. Lipshin, it was very, very nice letter, very complimentary to the city. But he asked that he hopes the city council and the TDC will ask for refunds, which it doesn't sound like there was any money given out. But he would like Dan Andrews, and I think it'd be a good idea to have a full accounting of where the money's gone. In other words, he took in money that people paid to join and be part of the Heartland Triathlon, and then it was canceled. The event was canceled, and Mr. Andrews says there is no money to refund. But I think that there should be an accounting of that money. And I don't know if the city's able to do that or if it's our business, I'm not sure. But it's certainly a black eye for our community to have Dan Andrews cancel event. You know, when you pay money for an event, naturally, if you're sick or you decide not to attend, then you don't get your money back. But when an event totally folds and cancels, I think the ethical thing to do is to return the fees that were paid, or at least give an accounting of where the money should go. So I don't know exactly how accurate all this is that's in here, but I've heard it from, I would say 4 or 5 people have called me up and even sent me emails on it. So, you know, I'm not sure where the city council, what responsibility we would have, maybe none, but I do know it's a black eye on the city, and I would like to at least protest and ask for
Terry,
an accounting.
I think there's more to the story to come, and I think Dan is working at trying to figure out how to get the money back. So he hasn't totally, he did send a letter out that said that, listen, there are no funds. But he's looking at some personal avenues that he's doing in that. So, I mean, it's a private matter.
Yeah, it's not a
The city
function.
council, it's not a city function.
It's a private event.
So it's really, there's nothing we can do from the city standpoint. But I really think that, you know, it was unfortunate that what happened, and the number of entries that he had was far less at the cutoff time to make sure to the event to go ahead. And that he is looking at different avenues on how to get money back. So it
That's
is
good
not
to
a
know.
dead deal,
That's
and
good to
I know he's been beat up a little bit in the public, but he is trying to find some different avenues that he can, you know, get some of the money back, or I don't know how much, or if he gets any back. I can't tell you that. I don't know that, you know, the details, but I know he's working on trying to do something. So.
Well, I appreciate you kind of enlightening me and the public, because I've had enough people ask me about it. I hesitated to bring it up because I didn't think it was really a city affair, but it is a kind of city business. But I'm glad that you were able to tell the public a little bit
And you know,
about this.
there's no guarantee that any money will come back, but I know that he's making efforts to find some way to hopefully do something, you know, but there's no guarantee, so. It's an unfortunate that it happened. It was a nice event for the community, and it just kind of fell apart, so.
Yeah. Well, I had heard it was a wonderful event.
It was a great
It
event.
always
Yeah.
was. Always, Dan always done a great job. You know, that's a personal thing, not a city thing.
Well, thank you for letting us know about that.
Harrison?
No report.
No report.
The only thing I'll add is that the high school homecoming football game is this Friday. So if anybody's looking for something to do on Friday night, it's usually a pretty good
But a
crowd.
parade also.
Oh, it'd be pretty.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Homecoming. It's homecoming.
This Friday? Okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Parade on the 5th.
That's
The court
Thursday,
gets
right?
introduced prior to the game, so if you're coming, you'll want to be there early.
Who are they playing?
Oh,
High Lightning.
Lehigh?
The Lightning, huh?
The Lightning versus
The streaks.
hopefully.
Oh, hey, wait a
Bridge
minute.
match.
We forgot to announce that the pickleball courts now are lit up, so.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
I was there last night, and there looks really good.
We were there
It's
this
nice
morning,
playing.
yeah. They did a good job. Aaron Electric,
I went by yesterday and looked at it.
it's lit up, so.
Well, the medical
And it's being
industry
used.
really likes pickleball. They've already, the medical bills have been over $500 million this year from pickleball.
Totally worth it.
Totally worth it.
My
Well,
kids love pickleball.
Ask Harrison,
Hey,
he
it's,
contributed
you know,
some of that.
John Shute broke my ankle for the record.
You know, well, you got to do something for fun, right? So, and the medical industry certainly needs the money. Okay, we'll move on to consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion if no one wants to pull anything out.
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay. Is there anyone that wants to discuss the consent agenda? Kathy, hold the board, please.
Bishop.
Yes.
Avery.
Yes.
Mendel.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Carlisle.
Yes. Okay, no old business. So, new business, Bobby Vargas, bid acceptance 20-015 to construct 2 percolation ponds for the cemetery wastewater treatment plant and budget amendment number 185.
Good evening.
Here you are again.
Here I only come when I want to spend money, it seems like. As council may already be aware of, we do have a capacity issue at the cemetery plant, which is our main treatment plant for wastewater. I did some research, and the last time we did anything, the city did anything to that plant to increase capacity was back in the year 2000. So here we are 23 years later, and we're having to do something, but that's pretty good for 23 years, I thought.
Yep.
Anyway, at that particular time, we had, best I could tell, we had a little over 4,400 customers, and as of today, we have 8,862, well, I got that wrong, 8,682 customers, which is about a 103% increase. So, averaged out about 4.25% increase per year. Anyway, the 2 new perk ponds, what they will do for us is we're working at 1.5 billion gallons per day as permitted capacity. The ponds will get us up to 2.3. And the way I understand DEP works this is they want to see them work for about 3 years, then they'll look at them again, and we may be able to get that up to 2.5 if they work the way we think they will. Anyway, staff posted a ITB, an invitation to bid, on August the 2nd. We received 2 bidders. The lowest bid came in at $1,251,992. The second bid was considerably higher than that one. But anyway, it's from Excavation Point. Excavation Point has done a lot of work for the city. I feel very confident that they'll do a good job for us on these ponds. We budgeted in this budget, and the bid, I almost fell out of my chair when I saw how much it was because we weren't expecting it to be quite that much. We budgeted $450,000, which turned out to be way, way short. But fortunately, we have money in our reserve for capital account. So what I'm proposing is to take what we need to make up the difference of $801,992 from that account and transfer it through the budget amendment that you have before you into the project number that's been created for this particular project. So what I'd like to do is ask council to accept the Excavation Point bid in the amount of $1,251,992 to construct the 3rd and 4th percolation pond at the cemetery plant and approve budget number 1 and instruct the city's attorney to prepare the necessary contracts for the completion of this project.
Okay. Anyone want to discuss this?
I'm just curious, do you know what the reason is between that gap, what you guys were expecting versus the low bid?
I called Tal and kind of asked him that question. Actually, it goes back, Harrison. We first started looking at building these ponds years ago. I mean, 5 years ago, and the price has gone up considerably since that time. But Tal told me his biggest concern is the road. We're gonna haul in a lot of heavy dirt out of there. That's a county-maintained road, School Street, and he's prepared to have to rebuild that section of roadway. So that added quite a bit to the cost. I thought we would come in pretty good because we're just hauling the dirt across the road and storing it on city property. as opposed to hauling it, 20 miles or something. So I can only imagine what it would be if they had to haul that dirt any distance.
So if that's the main cost difference, do you know if that bid would ever come lower once the job is done? If they don't have to make all those improvements that they're thinking with the roads?
Dow's been pretty good about, I can't answer for him, I didn't ask him that particular question, but I know in past experience, he's pretty good at only building us for what actually the job cost him. So I feel pretty confident that he will not overcharge for something that he hasn't had to, take care of. One thing I should mention, I got an update from, on the gopher tortoises today, and unfortunately, that's not proceeding as quickly as I had hoped. Lou told me that they're waiting for an acceptance from Likes Brothers. That's the only game in town. That's the only area now that's state approved to receive gopher tortoises. And unfortunately, you're at their mercy. They can respond to you as whenever they get around to it. And then after we get that approval or acceptance letter from Likes Brothers, then we put that along with their application to the Fish and Wildlife Commission. They have 45 days to review our application. So Lou's best guess as to the time they actually go through the permitting process, the capturing of the tortoises, the relocation, and then there's a closing certification has to be done as well. We're looking mid-January perhaps before that problem hopefully is taken care of. So here again, I was a little concerned about the delay and Tal not being able to get started. And conversation I had with him was if he can go ahead and order materials, assuming y'all approve this tonight, if he can go ahead and order the materials, he's good.
Okay.
So how much is that going to cost to relocate the tortoises?
Well, it's dependent upon the number of tortoises, but I think the quote we got was it $97,000?
I think it was $98,000.
$98,000. It's they're expensive. but
Around
they're-
10,000 a tortoise,
Yeah.
I think is what it
Are there a lot of them, or you
Well,
don't know
they've estimated 12. Now, I drove out there. I wanted to see if they were catching already or how they're catching these things, and I didn't see any activity at all. So that's why I thought I'd better call Lou and find out. Are y'all just busy and can't get to us? But he
Wow.
explained it. But I saw plenty. I didn't see any tortoises, but I saw where they had been. Plenty
Yeah,
of them.
walking around.
Yeah. So they're there. I hope there's not 12 or they haven't had babies.
Yeah.
But it is dependent upon how many tortoises they catch.
So they all have to have a separate limo out to the Likes place. Is that what it is?
Their own,
Run
their
it
own
up
little,
to
their own little
98,000.
condo, I guess.
What costs so much money?
There's just not any place that accepts them other than.
It's all payment to Likes
It's,
I
besides
think it
catching
likes
them?
like $8,000 a turtle.
I think it is
6.
now. It could
I
go
think it's
up.
8.
I think on the thing we approved it was 6,
Okay.
but still, it's a lot.
It is, wow.
No,
Right.
no. And you get 3 hots and a cot if you do. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, any more discussion?
I don't have any more questions. Thank you.
Not, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the addition of the percolation ponds per the staff's recommendations of using excavation point.
Second.
Motion second. Kathy, poll the board.
Bishop,
Yes.
Avery,
Yes.
Mendel.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Carlisle.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank
No business from the audience, city attorney's business.
Agenda item 12A is proposed ordinance 1517 on your agenda for first reading this evening, and it is to change the approval entity from city council to the city administrator or his designee for permits for work to be done in the city's right-of-ways. Rather than bring these to council each and every time, we thought it more efficient to put that down at the city administrator level.
You want to read it?
The ordinance is entitled, "An Ordinance Locating All Text Pertaining to Rights of Ways by Amending Chapter 26 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Sebring regarding certain text established in Article 5, Division 1, Section 26-177, repealing all ordinances in conflict herewith, providing for severability, providing for conflict, providing for codification, and providing an effective date."
Thank you. Anyone want to discuss this? Council? Anyone from the audience? When they take this away from us, they're going to cut our wages, aren't they?
I move to approve ordinance 1517 on first reading and schedule second and final reading for the October 17th, 2023 meeting.
And I second it.
Thank you. Kathy, please call the roll.
Bishop.
Yes.
Avery.
Yes.
Mandel.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Carter.
Last but not least, Miss Kathy.
Councilman Superintendent Bill, please.
So moved.
Second.
So moved in a second. Hold on.
Bishop.
Yes.
Avery.
Yes.
Mandel.
Yes.
Stewart.
Yes.
Carter.
Yes, yes, yes. We done?
Yes, sir.
We're done.
Thanks for taking care of the roads.